House Speaker Kevin McCarthy has unveiled the Republican plan to raise the debt ceiling by $1.5 trillion.
Now, that is in exchange, he says, for massive spending cuts to President Biden's agenda. His plan seeks to cancel the president's student loan forgiveness program. McCarthy also wants to reclaim unspent COVID-19 money and rescind new IRS funding. He claims the plan will reduce government spending by $4.5 trillion. Now, the House Speaker and President Biden both spoke about the debt ceiling yesterday.
We will prevent President Biden's executive overreach to spend money outside the normal process, which President Biden has abused to the tune of $1.5 trillion in unilateral executive actions.
The threat of defaulting on America's debt for the first time in 230 years. We've never, ever defaulted on the debt. And it will destroy this economy. And who do you think will hurt the most? You, hard-working people.
CBS News congressional correspondent Scott MacFarlane is following the debt ceiling fight. He joins us from Capitol Hill. So, Scott, tell us, how are House Democrats reacting to Speaker McCarthy's plans?
As this day proceeds, I'm struck by how many members of Congress have told me they're surprised they're not getting more calls from their constituents about this or more concerns from the people back home, because the stakes couldn't be higher. If this debt ceiling is breached, if there's a default on the U.S. debt, there is a potential cataclysmic impact on our economy, jobs, and the stock market. Let's put that aside. The Republicans have a proposal. It's about 300 pages, but it hasn't been released yet. So it's difficult at this moment for Republicans to say what parts of it they're going to defend and support. Difficult for Democrats to pick apart the granular details inside. But Democrats have been unequivocal. They think all of this positioning and jockeying by Republicans is flat out hypocrisy. Take a listen to one.
This whole effort reeks of hypocrisy and double standard. So no one put any conditionality on Donald Trump. In 4 years, he got 3 debt ceiling increases with overwhelming Republican support, and not a whisper about, no, that has to be balanced with cuts somewhere else. And we got to remember, this isn't forward-looking, right? A debt ceiling statutory increase is all about confirming we're good for the debt we've already incurred.
Democrats here in Congress and the president have said you pass the debt ceiling increase clean with no contingencies and you negotiate budgets later. That's not going to fly right now with Republicans, even as this deadline, this dangerous deadline, quickly approaches.
And Scott, you mentioned the impact of the U.S. defaulting on its debt, but even just this debate and both sides showing an inability to compromise can have an effect on markets as well. How much support, though, does Speaker McCarthy have among Republicans with what he's said already?
It looks like he's got a large proportion of his conference backing him up. Whether he gets to the magic number, 218 votes, that'll be determined next week. But that really is the big issue, Errol. What pain is experienced by small businesses, by local shops in the meantime? We took that question to one of the House Freedom Caucus members who's been most strident on this need to cut spending to raise the debt ceiling, Andy Harris of Maryland. Take a listen to his response.
I think the president is going to come to his senses on this. I think he's going to realize that the American public, look, we've seen the polling. The majority of the American public do believe that you should, and it's the same way they deal with it in their family. You have a teenager who spends too much on the credit card. You don't just raise the credit card limit, you curtail your teenager's spending. That's what we have to do right now. We have out of control spending. The American public understands it. They've connected it to inflation, and they're going to want meaningful spending reductions in return for increasing this credit limit.
Both sides think the other's going to hit the brakes at some point soon, but right now, it's just one big, ugly game of political bumper cars.
Deadly game of chicken, really, Scott. When we're talking about the possibility of a default happening as soon as this summer, people are already making their summer plans, locking those all in right now. So what do we know in terms of when President Biden and Speaker McCarthy are actually supposed to come back together to try and hash this out?
Republicans believe if they can pass a bill, no matter what's in it, on the debt ceiling next week, they have a unique and growing amount of leverage to get the president to come to some type of table and have a discussion. What the Biden administration has said is you don't sit down on this and talk. You pass a debt ceiling increase to prevent economic catastrophe, and you talk about spending levels in other contexts at other times. Right now, there's a standoff that continues because there has been no noticeable pain. They're not getting those calls from constituents yet. all of that is destined to change and likely soon.
All right, Scott MacFarlane, thank you.